I was this far from going off a cliff and completely blowing it, basically. And it's allowed me to go to the next level, basically. For the right person, it's a godsend. I'm in a transition where I'm building my business, and to pay 3 times the salary to somebody because they're here locally is not doable for me. It's just not in the cards. So this actually gave me a solution to a problem I had. The other aspect of having an assistant is that if they bring a positive and uplifting energy, it can make your day. They don't realize it, but when they say nice things to their boss, it's really helpful.
What did you like about the Crukus hiring process?
It was very easy because you guys reached out to me in real time as there were people to consider. I didn't have to go look. I didn't have to follow up other than just respond to your outreach. And then that's critical, that it wasn't all on me to be proactive. And you guys stayed after me to make sure I went through my steps, and you made it easy with texts and emails and so forth. So that was great. Obviously, having recordings and videos along the way just made it so easy to consider somebody based on their voice or their appearance or the vibe you get from them and all that through their voice and their image and so forth. There were more than enough people to consider early on. I found Trina pretty quick in the process and went back, and I continued to look, but the fact that she was familiar with the CRM that I was using was huge, and her speech characteristics are very good. And of course, now I know that she's reliable and does a great job. But yeah, the hiring was a no-brainer, honestly. It's very easy.
How would you rate the quality? How would you rate the quality of applicants that were presented to you overall? How did you feel? Did you feel like you were getting good applicants?
I think they were better than the time I tried to use overseas workers in the past. I thought their speech was a little bit higher quality, but they seemed, as far as their individual character and work ethic that they projected. Now, I don't have any documentation of that, but it seemed like there was some good people. There were people that I really wanted to hire. If I could hire more people, there's a couple in there I would have also hired, but I don't think anyone would have a problem finding someone qualified at all.
Yeah, I know that feeling, exactly what you're talking about, where it can be difficult. You're like, I wish I had more work for them.
Exactly.
But when you're ready for more, we can always help you out there. But
Sure.
what has been the biggest benefit of having a virtual assistant for you so far?
Really, in my business, I was reaching a point where I could not handle the day-to-day calendar management and outreach for appointments, appointment reminders, following up after an appointment and documenting what happened and creating the folders and keeping it all organized. I was doing all that myself, and I was this far from going off a cliff and completely blowing it, basically. And it's allowed me to go to the next level, basically. So the next level is where, like I say, my calendar's so full. The reason it's full is because I can finish an appointment, sit down, get a breath, get a drink of water, relax for a minute, gather myself, and then go into the next appointment without having to worry about all the tasks that really needed to be done in between the two. And I get so busy during the day, I don't have the time to send out text to the next day's appointments, reminding them of, don't forget, we got an appointment tomorrow. Now, the CRM does some of that, but I have a Trina do that as well. So the more touches they get up to a point, I think is good. But all of that is just taking a huge amount of stress off of me, even though the tasks aren't that hard. There's just a lot day to day, an hour to get done, and I just can't do it all.
Yeah, I know the feeling. It's a huge weight off. It allows us to actually have that, not only the time freedom, but the mental bandwidth
That's
where
what,
we can rest.
yeah, it's very taxing. And sometimes I have trouble sleeping. So I'm not 100% on some days. Today's one of them. I don't feel like I'm 100%, but it sure makes it. There's no way I could be even doing this right now without that kind of help. It's really important.
Love it. As far as obviously you're enjoying the service so far, but let me just ask, would you recommend Crukus Virtual Staffing? And if so, why?
For the right person, it's a godsend. I'm in a transition where I'm building my business, and to pay 3 times the salary to somebody because they're here locally is not doable for me. It's just not in the cards. So this actually gave me a solution to a problem I had. I need help, but I really can't afford the kind of help I need. Now I can afford the kind of help I need. And so that solves a huge problem.
And as far as there are plenty of staffing companies out there that people could go with, any particular things stand out for Crükus and why you would recommend us versus others?
You're super organized and consistent, and you have your assistants and they contact me and they help me with things on my end from time to time. I'd say the hiring process is easy. The caliber of people is great. The cost is great. You're obviously professional and easy to work with. I like all the reminders I get, or if there's something that I need or some communication, it gets done. And that's why I don't have a lot of experience with a lot of hiring companies, staffing companies, but you guys do a great job.
Appreciate that.